Hello again. What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday once again. The last Thursday before Christmas, and then next Thursday will be Boxing Day. So super exciting. Hope everyone's having a good week, getting ready for the holidays next week. Only about 2 days left here. Well, 3 days for me actually until holiday mode kicks in. But really excited, and yeah, just I think just like everybody else, we're kind of like at the point where it's like Thursday today. This is like the last day for everybody, right? And tomorrow is just a complete write off. I don't think anybody's really going to be doing a lot of work tomorrow, depending on what you're in. But yeah, Friday tomorrow is going to be a bit of a lull, and then thankfully we have a really good break next week. So all looking forward to it. Um, on the THPN side of things, World Juniors will be starting next Thursday, which is exciting. I'll be doing one of the games coming up, not obviously not this Sunday because it doesn't start, but next Sunday we're going to be doing one of the live games. I think it's Canada and Germany, I think, for the group stage. And then we'll also be doing Canada US for New Year's. And then we'll be doing knockout stages. And then obviously we'll be doing the gold medal game as well, too, coming up. I was supposed to do tonight Flames Senators, but I have to be a DD driver tonight, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's going to happen. But again, hope everybody's having a great week. And I say we just dive right into it. So, if there's anything that I learned from this week, and specifically on Tuesday, I think I kept reassuring myself that I am officially a curse for this team. And that's exactly the case. I saw the updates uh, during the game while it was on. And as the third period just started, I decided, you know what? Let's watch the game. And of course, in beautiful fashion, the Flames blow a 3-1 lead against the Bruins, head to overtime, do absolutely nothing with it, and fall to David Pastrnak. As the Bruins win at 4-3 in overtime on Tuesday, Flames do grab a point, but that one definitely felt more like a lost opportunity. So, Ryan Huska mentioned to it, after the game where this team felt like for the first period and a half, and it was true, they took over the game. They were at their best. They were playing very well. And then all of a sudden in that third period, mainly when just from watching it, they completely just they didn't necessarily lay back, but they just let the Bruins take over, and they were just like faster, more dominant. Puck bounces went their way, which was kind of what you needed on both the goals, frankly, in the third period. Um, both goals kind of went their way, and I can't really even say that it was Wolf's fault, to be honest with you, on both those goals that the Bruins managed in the third. Just bad bounces, and really they just kind of let them do whatever they want there in the third period. And all of a sudden, we got a tie game, and I didn't have a lot of confidence going into overtime, especially with, I think there was 3 minutes left in the game, and the Bruins continued to apply pressure uh, like further and further and further. And they were just beating a dead horse at this point because the Flames weren't really doing anything later on at the very end of that third period. And frankly, we were lucky to even get to overtime because of, I think Marchand had a wide open net, shot at it, and it just hit, I think it was Hanley's skate or stick, one of the two, deflected off into the corner, but clearly the puck was going in the net. And if it wasn't for that deflection, we'd be talking today that Calgary walked away with no points, and we let the Bruins right back into the game in the third period. It's exactly what happens. I mean, it's the only saving grace is that it happened to a team that's in the Eastern Conference and not in the West, not really fighting for a spot. So, yeah, you're going to look back on that and think, man, like we kind of blew that one, and we want to, just fix some mistakes that happened. But it's unfortunate because, you had great goals from Coronado and Kadri, both scored within 30 seconds of each other there. Maybe one that Wolf wants to have back from Elias Lindholm when he had that partial break. Ryan Lomberg just feeded in an empty netter there. And then, yeah, we go in and talk about the third period there. But again, like, it kind of shows. I want to bring up the shots on goal there in the third period. They were 15-5. They just purely came out and dominated the Flames in the third period. The Bruins did, and it showed in the third period shots on goal. It shows in totality, like in the shots on goal throughout the entire game. It shows in the faceoff percentage. They were winning all the faceoffs. It seemed like in that third, they were 68% to the Flames 32. The only penalty of the game went to the Flames at not the greatest time because it was when the game was tied at 3 on a debatable trip that Hanley had there in that third period. So whether it was a trip or not, that can kind of be left up for debate. I would have lain on the side that you're going for the puck, and Hanley got the puck from Lindholm and he kind of just fell down. I know that Hanley kind of got his whole body in the way, but it didn't really feel like that was a full trip. But that's here nor there. Face-off percentage, though, again, was just abysmal. And good for the Bruins staying clean off the penalty sheet. And, they stayed within it and they just purely dominated that third period. So, the Flames were a more physical team. They were definitely the more defensive team. Both teams, though, it was kind of an ugly duckling game in the sense of like the amount of giveaways that ended up happening. I mean, pretty high chances for the giveaways, takeaways too as well. Bruins were winning that battle, but really the story of this game came down in the third period again, and I don't want to say that it was Wolf's fault. I think it was just the team in front of him that again kind of just let him down. Where there were some odd bounces here and there, but the Bruins just came out and just took over, man. They just, from the second the puck dropped, they just completely took over this game. And even in overtime too, with the Flames, like it felt, I didn't mind what the Flames did in overtime because it, like, there was times where Weegar would go down and decide that I'm just going to go right in. He had a good chance, on goal. Mikael Backlund, same thing. He goes on his own. He tries his own thing. And they weren't really setting up or developing any sort of plays because outside of that, the Bruins controlled the entire overtime frame after winning the faceoff draw right when overtime started. So, the Flames had the odd chance here and there, but really ever since the Bruins tied that game, they completely took this game over and just shocked the Flames essentially in the third period and in overtime. And it showed for it on the score sheet. So, yeah, I don't put a lot of blame on Dustin Wolf because, frankly, the team in front of him just let him down again. They let the Bruins basically do whatever they wanted to them in that third period. And that's what happened. And there's nothing else to it. Call them bad bounces, call them lucky bounces all you want. The Bruins were just finding ways to get open chances and to get those lucky rebounds and be able to pot it home. So we're lucky that we even got a point because this game, frankly, should have been over in the third period when Marchand had a wide open net. And the Flames were lucky that, a puck got tipped off of Hanley's skate and off to the side. So, it sucks that you leave points on the board this season. The Flames now have 7 overtime losses. Those are extra points that you've left off the board. They're now 5-6 in overtime and shootouts in their records. So, you are leaving a lot of points on the board. Well, I should say they're, 7 losses now. Sorry, 5-7. But they are just frankly leaving points on the board. And that's something that is probably going to kill you at the end of the day. If you're trying to make the playoffs, you're leaving a lot of points on the board. And that's ultimately what's going to cost this team from trying to make the playoffs. Who knows if they get in now? They are still right there. They're still tied with the Avalanche, one back of the Canucks, and still within striking distance of the Kings, which is nice. But that type of result just doesn't help. So it's important for this team. At least you have 2 games before the Christmas break. You want to end it on a positive. You have Ottawa coming into town tonight, who has been on a roll. You do have Chicago, who has been winning some key games, and they can win these type of games. So that one kind of scares me a little bit too. But, the Flames have an opportunity here in 2 games. Right the wrong. Let's end it on a good note here and see what happens. So, I mean, yeah, that's just kind of the whole tale of what happened. Nice to see that Ryan Lomberg got his first goal of the year, which is good. Coronado as well getting back on the board. It feels like that he's going to maybe be on that kind of 20-goal pace, which is something that's positive and that we want to see. Kadri continuing to light things up, which is good to hear. And, other than that, I don't think there was a lot of bright spots for this team outside of the second period onwards. It was just complete and total domination. And again, it sucks that Wolf gets the short end stick of it because I don't fully blame him on all the goals that took place there in the third and overtime. So it's a shitty way to go about it. And it sucks, but there's not a whole lot that you can really do about it. So you just have to kind of scrap it in your book and see you later. Let's move on to the next one. So it is what it is, but you got to rebound and you got to rebound in a more positive way. And we'll see if they can do that tonight. But I believe that I swear to God, I think I'm a curse now because ever since the Bruins scored like their second goal in that third period, when I turned on the TV for the start of the third, I knew that we were going to lose this game. Either we were going to lose or the Bruins were coming to tie it up. So I feel like I just can't watch this team anymore. And whenever I don't watch them, they win. So I think I'm like going on a bit of a strike here, being like, I can't watch this goddamn team anymore or they're going to lose. So it's just my own psychotic mind working right now, but that's just the way I see it. And it's shit, but it is what it is. So, yeah, not going to be a super long episode today, guys. To let you know, we're also back on Monday. Neil's doing a lot of moving around today with stuff, so he'll hopefully be back on Monday. Again, doing an episode this Monday. We will be off for Boxing Day, and we'll be back to our regular routine in the new year. So I figure we'll take a very quick break, come right back, and we'll get ourselves set and to what to look for tonight. We got lineups for you tonight. We'll talk about that a bit further, but we'll get into a quick break, and we'll be back on the other side and break down tonight's game. So let's get into it as soon as I can find our script because I'm so far behind it. Okay, here we go. Watching our favorite NBA and NHL players is the gift that keeps on giving, and playing Pick 6 from DraftKings, it's an official sports betting partner of the NHL and NBA. It's a way to take a shot at even more cash prizes. You can download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and select 2 or more players and choose if they'll have more or less of a stat. Pick 6 is available in most states, including California, Texas, Georgia, Missouri, and more, and also in lots of Canadian provinces and territories. Make sure to check where it's available for you. And speaking of gifts, new Pick 6 customers pay $5 and you get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code THPN. And that's code THPN for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Happy holidays from DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Again, sponsored by Game Time. Really excited that we're going into the new year and, getting a chance to see more games played. Can't wait to go see my Flames play in February. Been harping about it, and I know Neil mentions about it too. Every time he goes to see a Devils game, he always gets good deals. He always gets great seats from these guys, and they are the best in the industry. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks, which allows you to fluff out the show to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Game Time Picks allows it to make it easier to save more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. Its all-in pricing feature allows you to look at the total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. You get a panoramic view of your seats in the app before you buy. You get the lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you with 10% of the difference. And the Game Time ticket coverage allows you to have the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. You can take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time Picks. You can download the Game Time app now, create an account, and use code THPN for $20 off your first purchase. Again, terms apply. And again, create an account and redeem code THPN for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. And yet again, for the whatever days it is in a row, I think last Thursday we had another game, and we got another game tonight as the Flames will have 2 games left of their homestand. We got tonight against the Senators, and then you got on the weekend against the Blackhawks before the Christmas break sets in. So let's get you set for tonight. We do have lineups available for us here for tonight's game. Daniel Vladar will be in the lineup tonight for the Flames. As soon as I get this going on screen, as my screen has all of a sudden frozen for whatever reason. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Apologies for the delay here. I have no idea what is happening, but I think my screen has completely frozen. Oh my God, of course this happens. What is going on right now? Oh man, I am so sorry, everybody. Okay. Hopefully that worked. Oh my God, I don't know what happened there. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. So we do have, here we go, Pat Steinberg's list for the lineup tonight. Again, Vladar will be starting in net tonight. I don't think much has really changed. Nothing from Kuzmenko. Basically, the lineups that you're going to see here that we had on Tuesday are going to be exactly what we have tonight, just flipping out Vladar and Dustin Wolf. Vladar will get the nod tonight. Again, no Andrei Kuzmenko. Don't know if he's going to be If he's still injured, still finding out more about that. But again, relatively the same lineups tonight as you see here. And yeah, you hope that at least with the lineup of Sharon Govich, Zari, and Pelche, you hope that kind of wakes up a little bit here because you don't want Kadri to, like, at some point, he's going to fall off a little bit. Who knows? Again, Coleman, Backlund, Coronado continues to work. A lot of the good things were still working, but, defensively, again, you're going to have Joel Hanley in with Weegar again. No Miromanov tonight. So I don't know if I think he's still out with an injury, unless they're just changing things up and they want to see how this works with Weegar. So defensively, though, it has to be a better performance tonight for the Flames. And again, I think and even like alluding to back to Tuesday real quick, the fact that they didn't score 4 goals on Tuesday was the biggest reason why they lost. They only got up to 3 goals. 4 goals was going to win you the game on Tuesday, and they weren't able to do it. And it shows you perfectly why this team is in need of goal scorers, man. So for a team like Ottawa tonight coming in, they ended up winning. I think it was 4-5-4, 4-3, something like that when we were in Ottawa last time. And they're coming in pretty hot and rolling as they're in a playoff spot right now. So, their sense of urgency is sky high because all of a sudden they see themselves as a playoff team looking to get in. And, they're going to be coming out on this road trip, understanding that it is important before the holiday break. It's a big one tonight for the Flames. This is an Ottawa team that's going to come in very stingy with a lot of urgency because they know their position that they're in. They know how well they've been doing recently. I think Linus Ullmark is going to be starting tonight for the Senators. He's been hot too. They're getting some good goaltending, and everything's just so far clicking for this team, especially offensively, and they can score at a really good pace. And it all starts with Brady Tkachuk and kind of goes down from there. So it's going to be difficult for this team tonight, especially defensively. Like, you're going to have to stop a little bit of a high-powering offense that's been shown of recent from Ottawa. So you wonder if, I thought Joel Hanley on Tuesday played a pretty good game in terms of blocking shots, at least hanging out with Wolf in front of the net to make sure, he's protected, and can only do so much in that third period when they were just getting dominated by the Bruins. So curious to see how that line goes tonight. And I mean, we'll have to see if there's any sort of spark, because tonight might be one of those nights for the Flames where the Senators could easily score 3 goals tonight. And I feel like tonight, more than even Tuesday, feels like they need to score 4 goals tonight in order to win this game. I think if they don't, then you're not winning, and you might be lucky to get to overtime tonight because the Sens team's going to be coming in tough. I don't love their chances tonight because of how good this team's been recently, but, we'll have to see, because the Flames always tend to play better against some of the better teams in the league, and Ottawa's starting to slowly become that, and we'll have to see maybe with further evidence, because it's been such a small sample size that we're not getting enough evidence from the Sens team. So, yeah, I mean, I think like Yarrow says here in the comments below, like, you need to see Zari and Pelche in that line. Like, you put them together for a reason. I thought they were okay on Tuesday night, but they need to be a little bit more standout-ish. And yeah, it's not a pretty lineup, to be honest, forward-wise, going against this Sens team. I don't love it, but, we're going to have to roll with that and see how it goes. Just trying to see if there was any. I think there was news. No, there's no news outside of the Capo trade that we saw the other day, which sucks because I think the Flames should have got him, but they have too many young wingers, so they have to stay in the system and develop it that way. Yeah, those are your kind of lineups for tonight. We'll kind of see just how it goes, and yeah, I don't have a lot of confidence with this team tonight, even though I probably should. But I think 4 goals is going to have to do it tonight to win this game. They're coming in reeling, and you got to make sure that you got to find a way to score some goals tonight, because if you don't, this Sens team is probably going to kill you in that department, and it'll be tough because they're getting good goaltending from Ullmark, and that a lot of their top 6 guys are starting to click, and it's a little frightening going into this game tonight. So, yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. And again, the schedule, just kind of looking at it going forward. Obviously, you got tonight's game, and then you have a good chance to try and finish things strong before the Christmas break kicks in. You got the Blackhawks coming up, I believe on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is Saturday. And Let me just double check here, just make sure for you guys. Yeah, it's going to be on Saturday against the Chicago Blackhawks. So maybe you start Wolf then and try to force yourself a win in that one, and hopefully that you can kind of shut them down a little bit. But two really key games coming up for this team, and hopefully they can find a way to, to close it out before the Christmas break, give themselves a little bit of breathing room here before they come back and hopefully get back on the right track. So we'll have to see how that goes. Other than that, again, quick updates going forward. We'll be doing some watch, but we can't do a watch party tonight, unfortunately, DD driver. And then we'll be doing World Junior stuff coming up in the next week, I believe. Next Thursday, I think it starts. Keep an eye out for that on the THPN channel. We'll be doing some live watch-alongs for that. Always good stuff there. And hopefully it's all it's going to be fun. So, again, quick episode today. That's going to wrap it up. But we will see you all Monday before we're going to be taking the week off for Christmas break. And hope everybody has a great weekend getting ready for the holidays. And thank you for listening today. We'll get the whole crew back on Monday. And I hope everybody enjoys a fantastic weekend and get your Christmas shopping done. Do it, please. All right, that'll be it for us today, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again on Monday. Peace.